BassResinator here for another Froggy Friday. I had a subscriber say, hey, you're getting pretty good with different effects. Why don't you try the marshmallow effect? Well, in my mind, I naturally went away from marshmallow effect and went to marshmallows, the little miniature ones. These are generic brands, so I didn't put those in the description below. However, I have a handful of them. So I don't know if anybody's done this. How do those react with resin? Well, we're going to find out. But before we do that, I already stuck his eyes in there, and oh, I don't know if any of you remember the original Ghostbusters, but at the very end, one of the guys thinks of a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, and he comes out as this big demonic monster type thing, terrorizing the town. Well, when I pull this guy out, the eyes that I used are somewhat evil looking. So that was what I was thinking. Okay, what I want to do is use my Pigmently porcelain white powder. It's mica type powder, and I want to do his toes and his head in this color, and the rest is going to be just just marshmallows. We'll see how it works. Okay, so and I don't know if any of these marshmallows are going to drift up to the head or not, but if they do, you're probably not going to see them. Okay, there's his forehead. Now, ooh, let's get his chin. Not by the head of his chinny chin. Okay, you're not going to be able to see too much down in there, but it's white. Okay, now his toes. When you mix this powder in with resin, not just decorate the mold like I'm doing, man, it is porcelain white. It is white, quite white. How's that? I'm going to have to clean out his leg area where some of that spilled off the brush. These back toes are right over the leg with nothing to protect the leg, whereas on the tree frog mold, there's the toes are way out, so you can do all kinds of coloring. Okay, now I have a big wipe. Okay, now we get this resin mixed up and we'll see what happens. Actually, what I think I want to do, not just think, I know I want to do it. Let me get this stuff cleaned up. Make a big mess. I want to put some UV resin down here. Because I don't want those, if those marshmallows do something kind of weird, I want a protective layer. I don't want my mold to get ruined. Okay, now that should hold that in place. I'll put it under the lamp and cure it on both sides. And I'll get back to you after I get the other resin mixed up. It just occurred to me, those marshmallows are full of air. So they are going to float big time. So if I don't want them to float, I need to stick them down.
Marshmallow frogs in the midnight haze, hopping around in a colorful daze. Resin art sparkles on every leap. BassResinator rhythms take us deep. In the Rio Grande Valley we sway, crafting magic every single day. With resin in hand and frogs so sweet, we dance to the beat of the resin heat. Boogie down with marshmallow frogs in the valley where the rhythm jogs. Colorful dreams in the resin flow, where the BassResinator makes us go. Resin art drips like sweet waterfalls, marshmallow critters bouncing off walls. Music fills the air with sticky delight, frogs glowing under the moonlight. Boogie down with marshmallow frogs in the valley where the rhythm jogs. Colorful dreams in the resin flow, where the BassResinator makes us go. Creatures glide, art and music swells the high tide, resonating love with every beat, fogs and colors in rhythm meet. In the valley where creatures glide, art and music swells the high tide, resonating love with every beat, frogs and colors in rhythm meet.
Okay, now I'll come back. Okay, resin's mixed up. It's degassed most of the way. Hopefully we won't get very much. I don't know how this is going to work. Now, you do realize when resin cures, it gets warm. Marshmallows have a tendency to melt when they get warm. So, I don't know what is going to happen. But it shall be fun watching. Oh, I'm getting tons of air bubbles right now. They're coming out of those marshmallows. Something tells me I'm going to have to stand around this for quite some time. Popping up bubbles. What am I getting myself into? That looks very bubbly. Oh, I don't know if this is going to work. It would be really nice if it did. Come on up, Bubbles. Don't just sit there around the edge of the marshmallows. Come on up so I can pop you. I wonder if this was what my subscriber was saying. Do the marshmallow effect. Marshmallow effect. Ay, ay, ay. Man, there's tons of bubbles. Well, oh, big old honking one. He's coming up right there. I think I'm gonna stay away from flames around these things, because if any of those marshmallows, even though I almost said super glued, even though I glued them down with UV resin, they might detach. So I think I'm gonna spritz with alcohol instead of using open flame. Hopefully that'll take care of stuff. Well, let me know what you think. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, I will come back to you. Hopefully this cures so that I can come back to you. We'll see you then. Well, this all cured up, but I had to take him out because he had a bunch of extra overflow type stuff on him. And I need you to see this. Those marshmallows really produced a lot of bubbles. So if I could have kept them from producing bubbles, this would be kind of cool. See, there's those demonic eyes. Stay puffed. Froggo. That's the marshmallow effect. There's even some bubbles that came up on his head. But yeah, came out okay. I didn't know what to expect. Kind of a ghosty look. But that head matches those. Man, I tell you, if you put that porcelain white color, if you do it instead of just wiping it on. See, I still didn't get all of that. If you don't, just wipe it on. If you mix it in, boy, there's a serious white. Because that's just a very thin coating. Yeah. The marshmallow effect. Hey, doggy. Okay, I'll get some stills of this guy. Whoop, didn't mean to crunch him down. And we'll see you for the next Froggy Friday. Remember, this is a collaboration with Girl in the Garage, Lisa, down in Australia. And Karen, I can never remember, it's something about dragons. Not Dragons Consortium, but something like that. They are the ones that started these Froggy Fridays. And then we got Lula in Wales, Nerd Goblin, and some others that have been joining in lately, which is a lot of fun. Even Tracy from Mini Scenes GB, she joined us this last week. So, yeah, hop on board if you'd like. Subscribers, thank you for hanging out with me and putting up with, well, y'all came up with the marshmallow effect. So, yeah, that's the marshmallow effect, sort of. Maybe I'll try a real marshmallow effect without using real marshmallows. But yeah, I didn't know if I was going to have this massive sticky mess or not, but I did not. So that is very good. Very nice. Okay, we'll see you later.
In the valley where creatures glide, art and music swells the high tide, resonating love with every beat, frogs and colors in rhythm meet.